Hi everyone, welcome to your lessons on the Crusades. Last time we did Weapons and Knights of my Medieval Europe teaching and learning resource. This time we're going to do the Crusades. We're going to learn about the 8 Crusades, what they were for, and why people went to them, and the influence religion had over people. Lesson 1, which we're going to go through in this video, is the introduction to the Crusades, and then Lesson 2 is a storyboard activity on the Crusades. So, to start off at the top of a new page in your books, please write down your to know and to be able to for the next few lessons. So your to know, your learning intention, your to know is the Crusades, and you need to be able to explain what they were and why they happened, okay? So writing down that as a heading at the top of a new page in your workbook. The next thing you're going to do is click on this video by Horrible Histories. It's a bit of a weather report actually on the Crusades. It's a really good summary of the 8 Crusades. What happened and why they happened. So that's a really good resource there by Horrible Histories. These notes I'd like you to write down in your book underneath your to know and to be able to after watching that video. So the Crusades were attempts by Christians from Western Europe to reclaim the Holy Land, Jerusalem, from the Muslims. The Crusades began after Pope Urban wanted to claim Jerusalem for the Christians. He promised that all who fought in the Crusades would automatically go to heaven. So that's why so many people went and fought in the Crusades. They wanted to reclaim the Holy Land back, but they also wanted to get into heaven, an automatic get into heaven free card if you fought in the Crusades. And that really demonstrates the power religion had over people during the Middle Ages. Muslims are people who practice the religion of Islam, and Jerusalem was a significant city to them as well. There were 8 Crusades. The Crusades began in 1096 CE, and they ended in 1291 CE. So there were 8 in total. The first couple of ones have a lot of detail about them, but then as they go on, they became less successful and have less information on them because they failed. So why the Crusades started. This is a good summary that I've made in a storyboard of the Crusades that I've put into my website. So the Crusades started to take back the Holy Land and get rid of some quarrelsome knights. The quarrelsome knights fought each other and threatened the peace of the kingdom and the church property. So Pope Urban decided he wanted to reclaim back the Holy Land, and he'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone. He'd get these knights out of Europe, send them over to the Middle East to get back Jerusalem. He was pushing for European Christians to help crusade the Holy Land, and he called it the Holy War. The motivation for joining the Crusades. So people wanting to join the Crusades because Pope Urban II declared whoever dies in battle and whoever goes to the Crusades will get an automatic spot in heaven. So most people that were excommunicated, no longer going to heaven, jumped on this deal and signed up, and this was his plan all along, to get people to go. The successes of the Crusades. It gave women who were left behind the chance to run their estates and run shops and inns. Also, trade expanded between Europe and Southwest Asia, led to the growth of towns and universities as well. Now, the failures of the Crusades. So it weakened the Pope and the Byzantine Empire. It also increased the power of kings. Muslims also felt that Christians were intolerant of religious difference. And the overall effect on the Crusades on Europe. So Christians and Jews' relationship with Muslims' leadership became worse. Women had job opportunities. Also, trade boomed. Finally, towns and universities grew throughout medieval Europe as well. After we've read that summary together and after you've written those notes, there's an activity here for you for this video. So what this video is going to do, it's going to go through 12 reasons why you would never survive the Crusade. So what the knights had to go through when they were fighting to take Jerusalem back. So you have to, while you're watching, you have to jot down the 12 reasons in your books, and then we're going to answer together, what would life be like as a Crusader knight? And I want you to have a think about that and write your answer in your books as well. First task you have is Education Perfect that has been set for you, called the Crusades. And your second task after you finish those 2 activities is to play Crusader games. Now, if you click on the picture here, it'll take you to the Crusader games. Pretty good one is Knights Run, where you've got to jump over, and also the memory game for the Crusades is pretty good as well. So, like the play games, there's a range of games here for you to play as a bit of a reward for when you finish your work and to really cement your knowledge of the Crusades. I'll see you guys for our lesson 2, storyboard activity on the Crusades, which I'll explain in that video. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want to stay updated to any of the changes I make to any of my websites, like my Medieval Europe one, or you want to stay updated on any new videos I make, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel.